In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face.
But at least we don't have.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your sharks. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes, sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. Just like that, octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beast duck thing, has got a strong ankle that'll kill you in one sting. Spiders have a chance in every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, brown snakes, sea snakes. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic deadly homicidal boss jellyfish, and fluffy cute kids, and even the platypus, a cute beast.
That really sucked. Well, that really sucked. Let me try that again. That really, really sucked. How unprofessional of me not to mute my YouTube channel. Fuck. Idiot. I should start again. No, I won't start again. Fuck it.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face.
But at least we don't have AR-15s.
We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting.
But at least we don't have AR-15s. Then at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens.
We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish, and these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer.
But at least we don't have AR-15s. And at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws.
We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis.
Fuck, we don't have AR-15s. And thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons. And there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
Hello, good morning, everyone out there. Why do I sound fucking okay? Alright, so how is everybody? Welcome to Aussie Rules. Let me just stop screen sharing for a sec. Shut a few things down. Open up the YouTube chat. Stream Aussie Rules. Okay, Blue Balls. I get to. Okay. So how is everybody? It is a public holiday here in Australia. It is the 27th. Why does my mic sound different all of a sudden? Okay. It's a holiday here. Monday, 27th of January, and yesterday was our official Australia Day. So because it fell on a Sunday, we get the Monday off, which is cool. I love a good 4-day week. And this Friday will probably be a short day for me, so I'm probably going to have to work some 3 long days so I can get my half a day Friday off. So not looking forward to that, but pretty busy at work, so it's all good. Yeah, sorry for the delay. It is very difficult to try and organize with friends that live in other countries to do something together. And it hasn't really worked exactly to plan. And what I wanted to do today, it may still happen. I'm not really 100% sure. I understand, you know. A couple of good friends of mine have children that, you know, need to be sorted. And it is around the dinner time as such. So I found out, even though for me it's not even lunchtime yet. The day before. No, the day after, sorry. So, it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult, and I pretty much just fit into what other people do, because it just seems to be easier. But when I try to do it the other way around, it doesn't always work. It's just the way it goes. Everyone's got different, you know, responsibilities and stuff like that. So, I mean, for me, like, when I came along to... well, initially I came along to making lemonade, and I basically just wanted to, you know, I was part of the, you know, hey, Gemini, get the fuck out of here, leave her alone type party, and I sort of just stayed because, well, a lot of us just stayed and helped Jamie out for, you know, for as long as she needs us to help her out, and yeah, I just ended up being a friend. So, yeah, and it works out well time-wise. That was my point here. My point was that, like, for me, Jamie streams, like, during the night, and for me that's perfect because she goes live basically when I get home from work. And I don't really, after a day at work, I'm getting older. I don't do a lot. I'll just, like... I'll just go like, I'm tired, you know, I'm exhausted, I'm fucked, I don't feel like doing too much. And like I used to just basically like have a little bit of a, I don't know, what do you call it, a nana nap or something after work before organizing dinner. And then for Jamie, she'd go live. I mean, she'd reschedule a few times and it didn't matter because it's a perfect timing for me. But it is hard for me to catch the other creators. I can only... Another creator, my friend Marianne, Hello Starlight. And she sort of... I can only sort of catch up with Marianne, I think, on the weekends. And even then, it's not always easy. I probably need to do the notification things on my phone a little bit more, as what suggested to me by another friend I was talking to last night. But I don't know. It's very interesting what's going on in the YouTube community as far as this true crime, or what do we call it? There's true crime and then there's true drama, right? Or it's true crama, something like that. I've been learning ever since I came over to Jamie's stream. It's been a real lesson, and I got to admit, it sort of makes me think like, wow, like there's some real, you know, pieces of work out there. And it's like, okay, so, you know, Jamie channel is a sort of it's been mostly, I guess, true crime, and that's fine because people can run their channels the way they want to, and then I'll go over and I'll watch some other creators that do different things, and the learning about what today's I don't like calling it a show. What today's podcast was about was I was supposed to have Marianne, Hello Starlight, on, and she may still come on. I'm not really sure. And she was going to educate me and school me on what it's all about and who does what, and who doesn't, I guess, like who or whatever. And I've seen a little bit of myself, so I've gone around. I'm pretty open-minded. I'm very, very open-minded, and I will, I have been trying to encourage everything to sort of like get some peace going, and I like going around and listening to different people's streams because I'm trying to be open-minded and educate myself on what's going on. So I know certain people, I'll just give you some examples that I know certain people don't like Laura, as they call her, Laura. But I've gone across and I've watched some of Laura's stuff to sort of understand what she's about. And then I've gone over, I think I mentioned this once before, I actually started this whole thing for me before I came across to Jamie's stream. I actually came across Molly Golightly once before. I somehow got her coming up on my like YouTube suggested streams or something like that, the general front page type thing. And I thought, and at the time I was really into this Chris Watts thing, which apparently is what all this true crime community sort of started, or when everyone started. I don't know if it existed before that, which is what I wanted to ask some of the girls tonight. And so I watched the Chris Watts stuff, and I found the footage of the neighbor and the police when he got home and all. I found that fucking fascinating. I watched all of it, and then I followed it up by watching the court videos and stuff like that. And I can't believe. Okay, there's some people out there with some fucking crazy ass conspiracies, and they're not totally like unbelievable, but highly unlikely. I think it happened exactly the way he was trialed and convicted, and I can't believe he fucking did that. And to think he did that so they could be with that other woman. I'm just I can't believe it. Like, it's incredible, man. Like, what goes through people's heads? So anyway, I started watching Molly Golightly's streams, and that was way before. Like I didn't even know where Misery was. I really didn't keep in touch with many of the guys from Gemination. I had a few of them on Twitter, maybe. Maybe I used to see a post from them every now and then. I can't recall, but I didn't realize that they were over there, or RDA or whatever it is. But it's interesting how it all sort of like ties up, because I come from being basically a Howard Stern fan, and the communities that I've sort of been through all basically branch off from there. They all branch off from there. So it's interesting, and okay, I understand. Let's talk about some of these. I'll prove that one. Let's talk about the different communities, because I noticed that and Jamie, I sent you the link in your Discord. I just got a lemon kiss off you, but you can use the link when you're ready to come up, because I want to talk to you about your channel and where you think you're heading, and certainly how I can help you if you choose. But I noticed that if Jamie likes to do her own thing, and that's absolutely fine. just going to the chat here. Oh, I've got a lot of Sam Hill chats here going on. Sam Hill. Excuse me. I was in Jim's chat for a year and a half ago. He was on my show for an hour this year, man. Okay. Sorry, Sam Hill. I'm still learning. I have to be completely honest. I'm still learning even who people are. And I hear Ross always talking about Sam Hill and others talking about Sam Hill. I don't really know who people are particularly. I'm still learning. I was going to even make a spreadsheet of all these people so I knew where everyone is from because it's freaking confusing. I get a few comments every now and then from people, and then I see them in Discord, and then I end up having a chat with them, and I find out, oh shit, that's really a chick, or that's a dude, or something like that. It's freaking freaky. Because I was just saying to a friend, I don't have any alts. Like, you know, there was all this discussion about making fake alts and stuff, and then going into people's streams and trolling them or whatever. And I mean, in this day and age, when I noticed it because I'm a mod for Jamie, I mean, you come in and the chat gets held for review, and then you end up hiding them. You know, you end up hiding them or whatever, and then the chat doesn't get into the stream anyway. So, what's the point? I don't understand. I don't understand why people. I don't understand why people do that. It just doesn't seem to. I don't know. It doesn't seem to make sense. But I am interested in learning about what people are about, and I was very interested. Like, I was very interested in Jim and in Misery. We'll call him. I don't know what are we going to call him. We're going to call him Jimmer, Jammer, Misery, Saint Jimmy. What others has he gone by? I don't know. He's a piece of work, that dude. I tell you. I maybe my view is slightly different than the other boys. He's done some pretty shitty, but then again, he's done some pretty shitty things to the other boys. It's interesting. I might think differently if I was looking at it from a Travis or a Cosmic's view. I probably might look different at it because I'd feel more personally attacked. But I don't know. I don't know if my view is that he hasn't, like. Do I think he's a pedophile or whatever? No, I don't think he's done anything with kids other than what you actually seen him like grooming the kids in the Discord, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty creepy. That's not cool. And yes, he shouldn't do that. And I think he's sort of like, I think he's eased away from that, and I think he's eased away from that from not the help of his sub, but I think his subs and the people that he's working with, like your Shipwreck Beck and all that, and a few of the others that I think actually are deep down decent people actually, and they've seemed to have just moved him in a different direction, and I think Jimmer thought there was a market there that he could crack into with the kids, and that doesn't really mean he's a pedophile, but it's inappropriate for sure, absolutely for sure. And then I started watching a creator, what was her name, Wendy V, and she's another Aussie, and I think she's in Western Australia, which is the opposite coast of mine, and she did a video, and I listened to it one day, and then I thought, fuck, she's like absolutely correct. So what happens is he has this Misery channel, and he had all these videos on there, and he had like Toy Story videos and Yoda videos and this and that, right? Stuff that the kids really, really fucking love. And so you wouldn't think, okay, he's got these videos on there, he's not doing anything, right? He's just made some videos. Yeah, that's fine. But what happens is the kids click on it and they watch it, and then they go like, I want more Yoda, I want more Toy Story, so they subscribe to him. Then the asshole goes live and does complete adult content or drags people and then the people, like the kids, are watching it, and that's inappropriate. So you're gonna do a kids channel with kids videos, then that's all you should do. That's all you should do. And if you can make $1 million off that, go fucking for it. But don't put kids videos on an adult channel. Anyway, that channel, he actually admitted that channel was dying. Isn't it funny? Why would you admit? I don't know why I started talking about misery. Why would you admit that your channel was dead, is dying and was dead, and you've got 100k subs, right? You got 100k subs. Why would you ever say your channel was dead with 100k subs? You know why? Because he knows they're not real. He has maybe, I've seen a few figures. I think maybe he'd be lucky. He'd probably be lucky to have 10,000. Yeah. I know. He made $30,000 one month. Well, so he claims, and so people have heard that he made $30,000 one month. To me, you hit the jackpot. You're in the zone, and the rule, from what I can work out and from what I've heard and seen and listened to, is that I think he got a little bit ahead of himself. Yeah, self-sabotage. Yeah, he got to that stage where, like, he hit the jackpot, and it's like winning the lottery and then spending the money on trying to win it again. And he just fucked up because he started fighting with, I think, Fresh or something like that, and a few of the other creators. And then I also listened to him, and he said that he was trying to help the smaller creators. I don't believe that's true at all. I do not believe that is true, that he was trying to help the other smaller creators. Because he doesn't help anybody but himself. And I really don't know how they got rid of him, to be honest with you. I know this Illuminati. I've actually reached out to, but Chavez doesn't want anything to do with any of us. And I thought to myself, what did he do that, 30k in 1 month is just fucking unbelievable coin. I know you guys, I know everyone has to pay taxes on that. So, fuck, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money if you could just continue to do that. And somehow he was somehow kicked out, or he left, or whatever. But how could you leave that? How could you leave that gig? Oh my God, I'm only I'm only making $5,000 a month or something. Not on YouTube, my normal job. But yeah, he never helps. Yeah, he never helps anybody. Although I've sat by and I've watched. I'm a really, really, really keen observer of what's going on between people, and I listen to both sides. And none of my girls have popped in my stream yet. Hey, what time is it, guys? Anyone listen to me from the States? And probably you got, what have I got here? I got Sam, I got RK. Tell me what time it is right now, right? On north, south, east. Oh, tell me what time it is on the East Coast, please, over there. Because I was expecting someone to join me. But she told me that she was available maybe between 9 and 9:30. Have I gone past? Is that time already gone past in the East Coast of the United States of America? 5:23. Yeah, Andy, you're on fucking. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. So it's 9:30, nearly 9, nearly. Oh Jesus, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 8. Yeah, right. Okay, got you. Understand. So she wasn't available. I have not even reached that time. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, I followed. James from the when he was doing the Howard Stern TV commentary videos, and then he was then he was doing the Gonzo the Gonzo podcast era, or whatever you want to call it, was interesting. Hey, because he actually did a show. Did you guys know? Like, he actually, I'd love to go back. I wish I had this stuff, but I had a lot of this stuff on the hard drive that got damaged, so I lost a lot of data. I was really pissed about it. And I had a lot of that old stuff too that the guys would absolutely love to use, but it's gone. And anyway, you guys know he actually did do a show for Gonzo Podcast. He did at least one, if not two. I think he only did one. And then they had the falling out. So they didn't pay him. I mean, like, I actually, there's always truth from both sides. You gotta be open-minded about these things. They didn't pay him. They didn't pay him for his tech support when he helped them, and I'm pretty sure he helped them because he's got pretty good equipment. He knows what he's doing, and doesn't make him a good person, guys. Just because he has good equipment doesn't make you a nice person. Yeah, on Gonzo, yeah. But you guys all know Gonzo. The real Gonzo didn't want anything to do with them later on, right? He didn't want his name, but it's just a name, like, because he used to call himself. I think his name's Guy. He used to call himself Gonzo Shitcock or whatever. And I knew Gonzo too because Gonzo used to come into another community that I was a part of. I don't know if any of you guys. I don't know if you guys know. Like, you remember Benji used to go out with Elisa Jordana, and then Elisa Jordana went to StreamYard, not StreamYards, fuck, what was it called? Some other platform. They shut it down. And she started doing her own show. God, I wish I could remember that name of the. Yeah, I can't remember. I have a really bad memory sometimes, guys, as I'm getting older. Gonzo is Andy's buddy, and Gonzo used to drop into I think Gonzo banged Elisa for a start, and then he used to come into, like, we had like a rat. You remember Rabbit? We had Rabbit, and Rabbit's like where you can just all get on and talk together and stuff like that. So Gonzo used to call into Howard. Yeah, I don't think he's called in for a long time. It's all connected. This is where it came from. Howard Stern, and then Elisa Jordana, and then when Elisa did like 100 podcasts or something, and then shut it down, and then the people sort of that were her audience created their own sort of like community and called it Kermit and Friends, or there's other names like Calf Town and stuff like that. And then we all went to Rabbit. And we were all hanging out in Rabbit and, obviously on Twitter, like chatting in Twitter and stuff like that. And then this is where you get all these other characters that, I don't know, guys, Kleenex? Kleenex did a show on Podtrash. Kleenex, he was part of the Elisa Jordana. He did some crazy shit back then. I wish I could find some of the stuff that Kleenex used to do. He had like a love-hate type relationship with Elisa. And like a few people did. And so I made friends with a lot of these people, and I've maintained contacts with these people. In fact, Kleenex has been on Aussie Rules before. So Kleenex is a very interesting guy, and then Hansie, everyone's connected. Like with Wendy, like obviously I learned about Wendy and Hansie from Howard Stern, and I've talked to both now on here. High pitch. The high pitch Eric was an interesting story. Do any of you guys know a girl called Crystal? Crystal went and tried to help high pitch Eric and actually lived with him for a very short time, but didn't work out or whatever. It's just all. Kleenex. Yeah, I think Kleenex did call into. So it's all connected, man. Everything is connected. I've got some good friends. Jeff Count. He went on Elisa's show, and I've been friends with Jeff ever since then. And Jeff is on my lives very quite often. And Fancy Dog Wings, you've seen Fancy on here. He comes from there as well. People have gotten had beef since then, and then separated themselves. I basically left my that Kermit Town community because there's a few people there that they're just troublemakers and stuff. So it wasn't fun anymore, and they make up shit. I mean, when they get bored, they make up shit. They make up shit about you and stuff like that, and I couldn't be bothered. Like, what's the point in fighting back, man? Like, he's fighting a trolls is fucking pointless. Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, Sam Hill, you're pretty educated there. Yes, Crystal. I was very good friends with the lady that gave Crystal the opportunity to move, and Crystal went over there to Phoenix. I'm not saying anything that's not already out there. Went across to Phoenix, and she done some crazy things. She was doing stuff on Chatterbait. She was trying to get a job desperately, and then she was doing hand jobs, and she went to jail for a short time as well. She even did a Periscope on her way to jail one time. She's done some stuff that you wouldn't know. You wouldn't think it was right. You wouldn't think it was true. But with Crystal, she used to put it all out there. Okay. Hansie, let's talk about Hansie for a sec. Hansie's had some difficulties, and I feel sorry for Hansie. But the thing is with Hansie is, like, I don't want to like upset him, but I really think that he needs to get control of the paranoia stuff too. He's definitely got some points about certain things, and he doesn't just fight. Like, he fights with different people. Have any of you guys seen him on Scope when he has an issue with a person called Blurry? And Blurry's, I guess, I don't know, she's a little bit strange herself. I've actually talked to her in a private Scope to try to understand her, because I like trying to understand what people are about. And she's got the most hottest fucking voice out. This Blurry's got like the hottest voice. Andy knows what I'm saying here, because Andy and I, it's unbelievable how many people Andy and I follow, and we start seeing each other in different chats, and Andy and I love the same sort of stuff and the same sort of people. It's fucking freaking me out. Anyway, getting back to Hansie, I wish he could get a little bit of his paranoia. I mean, you might have noticed he hasn't been on Lemonade for a while, because he told me in a Scope that he couldn't come on because he was in fear of he's blaming Misery for sending trolls over to him, which may or may not even be correct at all. Like, I don't even know whether I know Misery does some pretty sort of behind the scenes shady stuff. So, and I know he has a little bit of a grudge against Hansie, because Hansie wouldn't come on and on his show the second time, like when he was on for a while, and he doesn't like Howard Stern anymore, and as much as Jimmer says that too, that's bullshit. He listens to Howard Stern. I listen to Howard Stern all the time, except that I haven't, because I can't listen live and stuff. I have to download it. So a lot of the times I get like the 3 weekly, like he does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and usually by about Thursday or Friday I'm able to download them, which I've really tried to legit subscribe, but Australia's blocked. As soon as you go into a certain part on SiriusXM website, as soon as you get to a certain part, I just get blocked. So I'd have to do it with a VPN, and then I'd have to use a post office address or something in the States or something, and then even then they'd probably still work out that I wasn't from USA. So unfortunately I have to download the shows off a torrent stream or something like that. So and it's a pain too, because like sometimes people just post the whole show, like all the ads, and all the ads are like irrelevant to me. Like, who likes sitting there listening to ads? And so I listen to I try to catch up, but I see a lot of stuff on Twitter. I'll be honest with you. I know he's turned his show into like interviews. That's the main thing, right? Is they do the interviews. They do. I don't like the interviews. Very rarely do I like. Okay, he had Russell Crowe on, and they might have a couple of people that I actually like. But you know what? In my opinion, the funniest stuff that goes on these days on Howard Stern, it's all from the Office people. It's all the Ronnie stuff and Brant with his fucking swinging and Robbie. Oh, that's funny. And fucking Ronnie with his fucking sex tips and stuff like that. That's, to me, that's the funniest stuff now. And I mean, how they've been flogging that shit for years, right? Absolutely flogging that shit for years. But you know, now they're giving shit on Ronnie because Ronnie wants. I think Ronnie's throwing it in. He's finishing up, I think, in 2020, and Howard hasn't resigned yet. I don't know whether Howard's going to resign. Maybe he will. He's still a young guy for doing stuff. He's still young enough to do stuff on the radio, isn't he? But then I don't know. Yeah, he's a pretty rich man. I mean, how many millions do you need, guys? Tell me, how many millions do you need before you just sort of give up your job and just enjoy life? You know, I mean, what's going to happen? Anything can happen to you from any age. Like, let's just say 50, for instance. You know, like, you know you're more than half done, guys. So if you've got enough money to last a lifetime, wouldn't you just, like, retire and relax? Do travel, sit on the beach, enjoy your mansion. You know? You could probably nearly have any woman that you wanted. No. You know? Or do you just keep doing it? Do you just keep working because you have to keep yourself busy? Because you might not do much else? I don't know. Maybe 20 mil? Yeah, 20 mil's not bad. 60. I mean, how much money do you need from, say, 50? You know how long you're going to last, right? You could live 100? I don't know. So, you know, worked out. I'm still paying my house off. But then I did come into the house market quite, yeah. Hey, count me in. How you doing? Sorry, I haven't chatted lately, on Discord. I've been a bit slack. Getting back into work. It's been hectic and it's just, I had to stop. It's hard to explain, but I've met a lot of Aussies from YouTube, and I like them. I like them, but I have a dilemma where I can't agree. We have different opinions about people, and it must be frustrating for them. It must be frustrating for them to listen to my point of view, and it's frustrating for me to listen to their point of view. So I thought, like, well, I can't, like, I want to be friends with most people, like, even though I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost, some people do really piss me off too. So I've been known to go off every now and then. So, but I do honestly try to be open-minded and listen to different people's point of views and listen to their stories. Hey, she said this. No, she didn't. It was this. And I mean, you got to be fair. I try to be fair, but you know, being a human being, I also have my own likes and dislikes and and opinions. And I found that with some of my fellow countrymen and women that I don't necessarily always agree with them, but it doesn't mean that I don't like them. Most of them have stopped talking to me now, but like I just have to accept that, because I mean I was doing the same thing. So, but yeah, I mean it's sort of like, I'll give you an example. You know, I was talking to a few people. I'm not going to mention names. I was talking to a few people, and I have really nice conversations. I have really nice conversations, right? So then I go around, because I'm pretty open-minded. I mean, just because I'll be honest with you. Just because I'm mod for Jamie for making lemonade, it doesn't mean that I don't like or can what I can do what I want and I can watch other creators, and I do. But what I sort of like get a little bit, I guess, down is I'll go into another creator's chat who, more or less is one of Jamie's, and enemies is a strong word, eh? And what happens is, like, I sit there and a lot of part of the stream is the chat. I always believe the chat is important, and I'm sorry I haven't read a lot of comments from my chat. Just sort of like getting on a roll here. And what I notice is that, like, I'll sit there and then they just trash Jamie constantly and other creators' chats and stuff like that. Instead of like enjoying that show or that creator or supporting that creator, for instance, like, they all go on each other's stuff and just put a lot of hate in there, and I'm thinking like, oh, so sometimes I even just like get rid of the chat and just listen to the creator. Does that make any sense to you? Sort of, it gets me down a little bit, like, because I'm not going to jump in there, right? That's one thing I won't do. I'm not going to jump in there and start fighting with people because that's just not me. I don't see a point to that. I mean, people have written some like shitty things about me in other chats, whatever. But I know it's only because I'm a mod in Jamie's, and that's okay. I can accept that. So yeah, I should respect the chat. Okay. I'm not. Oh, Darren, why aren't you highlighting stuff? Kelly, she's still coming for Baba. Oh no, my sister asked me something. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Count me in. Yes, Australia Day. Yesterday it was a ripper. Yeah, it was. Only problem was I had a really, really bad migraine yesterday, and so I don't even remember yesterday. I took 2 lots of Nurofen Advanced twice during the day, and I had the air conditioner on, and I just tried to sleep my headache off. So yeah. I forgot about the pinning of the comments. It's only been a week since I've done a live, Darren. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, but even the creators that don't like, some of them do true crime. I'm actually trying to catch a few that actually do true crime. I'll give you one person that I just started watching that's quite good, guys, and I'm pretty sure most of you who follow true crime would know exactly who I'm talking about. I started watching Judy Ron. He's a retired copper, as we call him, and I thought he's pretty good. He's pretty good, I love a true crime creator that actually knows his stuff, which is good because research is important. And normally when I do my Aussie rules, I actually write down all my notes and I have like dot points so that I can just go bang, 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 bang. It seems like I'm just very fluent. But today I was thrown in a bit of a loop because my whole stream was supposed to be about having Hello Starlight on, and she was going to school me on internet drama as far as YouTube is concerned, and then Jamie was going to come on as well, which won't be popular with some people, I understand, but Jamie's always welcome, and she was going to come on, but everyone's taking care of kids' duties at the moment, which I completely understand. One's got a couple of kids, one's got 4 kids, so you obviously have to do all the kids' duties. Me, I'm personally kid-free, so I probably have a hell of a lot more freedom than most people do. Actually, I know I do. So, and I've been doing shit all. I'm spending way too much time listening to YouTube, guys. Way too much time. It gets addictive. It gets addictive. All right, what do we got here? That's an interesting one. I haven't heard. Hang on. Where's it gone? Here it is. I haven't heard Lord and Art and Stephanie Harlow. I honestly, count me in, have not heard those people or seen those streams come up on my timeline, or suggested streams or whatever. So, yeah. So Sam Hill, tell me, Sam. Obviously, I know the name. Oh, Come to Me Show Tuesday. Okay. So Sam Hill, you do the Hostbusters stream. I have been there. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually have been there. Okay, I'll give it another crack, because the first time I went there, I think I was redirected there by Ross. I think Ross was talking about it, maybe in Discord or something, or it came up somewhere. Anyway, I went over. I think they might have linked it in Discord, because I use Discord. A lot of people link stuff in the Discord, like not only in the private rooms, but in the general chat sort of thing. And sometimes I just click on those links and I'll watch that. Yeah, no, I have heard of Hostbusters channel. Yeah, I think I'm even subbed to it. I'm not sure. I have to check. And it's you. So it's. Tell me what it's about. Tell me what it's about. Oh, you want? I don't know if I'm gonna put the link in my chat today, because do you remember the first time I went live? Do you guys? Do you remember? Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you in Sam Hill? Are you in Discord? Tell me if you're in Discord, because the first time I went live, I don't know if it was Travis or not. It doesn't really matter who it was, because it was fucking funny. But I ended up letting someone on that was Cosmic, and it wasn't Cosmic. But I ended up getting like an ass in my stream. I mean, I did think it was funny. It was fucking funny. But Sam Hill, if you're in Discord, then just hit me up on Discord. Or I'm not even sure what you're in. You're in RDA, right? What's your name? What's your name in Discord? Are you that Christmas thing? No, I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I don't even know who people are. That's the problem. They pick, you know how like in RDA all the names change and shit? I get confused. I really, honestly, I do. Let me look at this one. See, I don't even know who that person is. And they're really high up in Discord. But hit me up in Discord and I'll give you the link. Helen got us shut down. You fighting with Travis? Does Travis... I didn't think Travis fights with anybody, does he? No RDA. Okay. Should I? Pleasure Island. What is that? Is that like the name of your Discord or something? Joe Santar, man. I don't know. I'm confused. Can someone please tell me what's going on around here? I don't know. But anyway, so getting back, sorry, see, this is the thing, if I start reading the chat, and Robbie just uploaded something. Save Robbie uploaded, I've been attacked. What the fuck? That's, oh shit, that's another thing too. I'm gonna go over and have a chat with Robbie. Robbie's been quite cool lately, and I mean, there's shit that was done. There was shit that was done. Robbie went crazy a little bit, maybe blaming people. Maybe, I don't know. Was it Jamie's fault? I don't know. I don't know who did some of that shit. No idea. The only thing I know for sure was I didn't do anything. Hostbusters XL got shut down. Nudity. Oh, that's a bitch. Did you have like a Discord that had porn in it, like Jimmers? That's another thing too. I can, you know, hey, where's the Bibles? I put my hand on the Bibles. You want to take me to a fucking court of law? But I will testify testify. I will testify that I was in Jimmer's old Discord when Darius was a mod. I was there. He says it's a lie. I know it's not a lie. It's 100% true. I was there. So, okay. Hey, Kleber. Just for laughs. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just reading like from my notification bell, and I thought, oh wow. Yeah, Sam. Helen's playpen. Quite scary, quite contrary. Kenny's. RDA's. Pod Trash, and I have my own that I don't use. So they're the only ones that I'm currently in, and I don't know if you're in any of those. But if you are, hit me up, and I'll give you a link if you want to come on. Because I actually probably haven't met you, so we have to stream on the second channel. Oh, okay, I get it. So why did Travis do that to you? Why was it just a joke? Was it just like, do you have a battle going on with him, or yeah, I'm not really sure. See, I don't know the story. I don't know the relationship between people. So I need to be schooled and educated, and I don't know. I want some peace between certain people, and I'm gonna keep pushing for it. And if Jamie comes on, I'll talk to her about it. It's not a problem. No Kenny, no Helen, no Kenny. Oh shit, Helen the pervert. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'll put the link in the chat for you, Sam. It's just I probably won't I won't let people on. Like, any trolls don't bother. Because obviously you won't get very far. I learnt my lesson. I learnt my lesson. Right. So, let's put something. Sam, you type a lot of chat, bro. Oh, listen to that. Some motorbike that has next to no exhaust on it just decided to like drive down the road. My house is like between two streets, and the one over the back fence is quite busy most of the time, and you get like idiots just like boring down there on motorbikes and stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, I think that even though okay. Thanks for RK for that. I actually like to know what's going on. It's like just like a sort of a battle. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hello, man. Hello, man.
How you going, Sam Hill?
So you hear me, man? I'm okay, man. I've been around, man. So ask me some questions. I've been on air with Jimmer and most of these creepy people like Sans. And I've been fighting with Rostock, but I'm cool with him now.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me. How long have you been around? You've been around from the early Jimmernan days.
I was around first in the early Sans day, and I even phoned him up. I was just in chat, and this clickbait clipped my phone call, and it went to like 3,500 views. But I post like 1,000 posts.
Okay. So Hostbusters. Tell me about Hostbusters.
Well, I got banned from Sans. By the way, Sans used to be helped by Jimmernam. They were semi-friends there, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that. Originally, they were friends.
What happened was that Sans found out about Matt Stern's the funeral of his brother, and sent the information to Jimmernam, and from that information, Jimmernam got the phone number of Matt Stern's dead brother, and that's where the phone call from to Matt Stearns came from Jimmernam. Jimmernam phoned up Matt Stern's mother, and the brother had died, and Jimmernam told the mother on a message machine the wrong brother died.
Yeah, I've heard, I've listened to that. Yeah, that was pretty mean spirited, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Matt Stearns made his numbers through making fun of Jimmernam and Sands. So the three of and then Jimmer turned on Sands, or Sands on Jimmer, and there we went. There we go, man. And I was in that early Sands like a year and a half ago with a lot of the people, and he banned me. He banned me because I started calling him on his alcoholism. So then I went over to Jimmer, and I was on Jimmer's chat for like 6 months, along with Beetlejuice, and I was topping the chat. And then this is what happened to Jimmer. Jimmer gets drunk and he takes Klonopin and he goes crazy. And
Yeah.
I think because he was beat as a kid, Jimmernam had a Korean father. Well, he's Korean, and Korean fathers are known as brutal. And Jimmer on air said he was beaten badly. So I think that's one of the things that makes Jimmernam. He's probably a sadist and a sociopath because he never seems to feel bad about what he does. So you ask questions, man, and I might be able to answer them.
Well, I heard that Jim Nam's father was a pastor.
He was a pastor, and how many pastors beat their kids? In fact, it's in the Bible, man, that don't spare the rod, but these Koreans are brutal, probably because Korean history is such a brutal thing, and I guess they have to prepare their kids for the brutality. But Jimmer admits that not only would the father beat Jimmernam, but I think he beat his mother.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that that would have a lot to contribute to the sort of person that he is.
Well, Casper, what do you think, man? What if your father beat you hard? Not just spanking, but don't you think being beaten as a kid would fuck you up?
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, no, I never had it. I had a pretty good upbringing, but I couldn't imagine what that would be like.
Well, I think you can imagine, right?
So you're saying that a person that's abused, that's beaten as a child, becomes that sort of person and does that to others. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I do have some expertise. I actually have a master's in clinical psychology, but sir, I don't think it's rocket science. If somebody was abused, they're more likely to be an abuser, right? The old cliche, abused become abusers. So no, you don't have to, man. You can come out okay with therapy and whatever, but it sure ups the chances, correct?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I'm not an expert at those things, but I understand what
Not
you're saying.
not possibly, man. Come on. It's like alcoholics. If you have an alcoholic home, and my father was alcoholic, the odds are either you become an alcoholic or you go completely the other way, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well. Um. Yeah. I've seen every 6 months or so he really does melt down.
Well, there's a theory put out by Bellin that as the holidays approach, the stressors approach, and he says his children don't live with him; they're way back in the east. So as holidays approach, he seems to get worse. Now he can go for a while and do cool, and like he made a lot of money, but then he self sabotages. He admits to taking Klonopin, and he used to drink on stream. So when
Yeah.
he gets drunk, I think these impulses come out.
Yeah. You could be right, Sam. You could be right.
Well, and that could be. He says himself. And then, here's the thing, Casper. He doesn't seem to have a life. He hasn't had sex with a woman in years and years and years. He doesn't seem to have any friends. So all he has, Casper, all he has is this internet kind of semi life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting opinions there, Sam. I never really thought about that sort of thing because I don't think he's talked about that. Has he talked about that very often, or is that just?
Well,
Is it,
what he used to have when I caught him a year and a half ago, he would have these streams where he would go 6, 7, 8 hours and he would talk about these things. Everything I've mentioned, I don't believe in doxing, man. No way, no way. They're fuckers who dox. He doxes, by the way. But he would talk about these things. And actually, the first time I saw him, he left his house in Irvine and he went to some motel he stayed at like for 3 or 4 weeks, and he would stream from the motel.
yeah, I saw those. He was periscoping, wasn't he?
Well, he was on YouTube,
Oh,
and those were pretty good. I thought, look, he has skills. He has skills, and some of these shows are pretty good. But then he goes creepy, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I come from. I think I've admitted this. I mean, I was a Jim and Dan fan when he was doing
Uh-huh.
when he was doing the Howard Stern commentary or Howard TV commentary videos before he went to Gonzo for a short time. I was a fan, and then when he created Jimination, is where I made a few, friends. Like Travis was there, and
Oh, I don't like Travis. I remember Travis, man. He was
Matthew.
known as Covart.
Okay, yeah, and Matthew Weaver, Kitty, and Billion,
Right.
all those people. That's how I got to know all of those people. And it wasn't until I didn't even judge him, Sam, when he self-destructed that community. I didn't even judge him because he just wanted to end it, and I don't know what his plans were. I didn't care what his plans were, but it's only you know the stuff that he denies happened, which happened, and the grooming of the children and the whole.
Well, I don't know about grooming of children. I could talk about that, but sir, that's when I came into Jimmer Nation, and I knew those people too. I was top in chat. I don't know. I was known as Cyclops. I
Oh,
don't know if you remember that.
I think I might have. Yeah, I think I might remember seeing you in chat. There was a lot of weird names. I've always been
Yeah,
Casper.
man. Good
Yeah.
people. There were good, but we had a good chat. We had people like McGee. We had Joe Trapp. Yeah, man, it was a cool chat. And you know what, Jiminam, I was a fan of his. He did good work, man. And then he turned. So I'm
Yeah.
just like you.
Yep. And I'm good. Good friends with Vin Vader and Joe. Joe says the same thing. If only he used his skills for good instead of bad.
Well, I know Joe too. I could tell you a little bit about Joe. Now, Joe was a fan of Jimmer and cool in the chat, and I think he even donated to Jimmer. Well, one day he phoned in, Joe did, and he said he didn't like Wendy, what Wendy was doing, because Wendy used to go in dumpsters and go to scratchers, and Joe said that he thought Wendy shouldn't do that, and people turned on Joe. People turned on Joe, including Jimmer, and then Jimmer started saying horrible things about Joe, like Joe was having sex with his grandchildren, just really, really sick stuff. Now, the thing with Joe is Joe has become maybe righteously obsessed, but it's kind of unfair to Joe because it's so negative and it kind of takes Joe away from things he could be doing. So, I feel kind of mixed on Joe. I dig the guy, but obsession might not be a good thing to be there, sir.
Yeah, I thought the turning point. I could be wrong. I thought the turning point for Joe was when all of the Jimination people decided that they would do a GoFundMe for Joe, even though Joe didn't want it. They did it anyway, and then Joe said to them, "Look, Um, I'll accept it, but I will be paying everyone back when I get my settlement, which I think he's still going through.
Mhm.
So they did a GoFundMe, and I can't remember how much they raised. Maybe 2,500. Joe would have to confirm that. And he was here originally. I don't know if he's here, Joe. If you're listening, just put in chat or something. And I've been led to believe that Jim and Ann got very upset that everyone raised so much money for Joe, and that's how they had a falling out over that.
Well, I don't think so. In fact, Jimmernam said that he himself put in like $10. I think it had to do with Wendy. Now, Jimmernam will use all kinds of justifications, and it might have been about the money now that you think it. Because Jimmer always wanted the money, and when people would donate to Wendy or other people, he would get kind of mad. So maybe you have a point there, Casper.
Yeah, that's what I was led to believe,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I wasn't around all the time during that period because yeah, like you said, they used to do 6, 7, 8 hour streams just with this small bunch of
Right,
people, the same people all the time, and
right.
I never went on, but I used to be in the chat. Sometimes I would chat, but I was more of a listener than participating.
Well, I was big in the chat, and I'm a compulsive writer, so I would write a lot of comments. But I followed it, and not only would he do 6 or 7 hours, I remember one time he exposed this goddess person, and he went like 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I was a big fan, or I am a big fan of Jessica Jade, and Jessica Jade was one of the cam girls that
She
actually
was
started doing.
she
Yeah,
was on one of my programs, so I'm familiar.
yeah. I've actually had Jessica Jade on my Aussie
Right,
Rules.
right. I like her.
Yeah, and she's a cam girl just like the other ladies, like
Tara.
Tara, Tara. So yeah,
Right.
and Jessica Jade's very very level headed lady,
Yeah.
and she was just blown away by when he started doing some nasty stuff, and Jimmy treated them girls badly, very very badly, and
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. They used each other, folks. Tara got a couple clients, and
yeah,
then now the rumor was that I think Kitty said that Jimmer like you put them on and had so he could go in their camera shows. I don't know, but Jimmer's a creep sexually for sure. But uh, uh, it was a mixed relationship. I think when he doxed Goddess, that they
yeah.
turned on him. But Goddess, what committed fraud. She told her clients that she was 19 and she was more like 35. So, like most things, Casper, it's complicated, right?
Yeah, and of course it worked both ways, Sam. Like they were getting their name out there by being on Jim and Ann's show.
Right,
Any
right,
publicity is good publicity, right?
right.
And they were showing, they were on cam. They were showing themselves. Jess was showing herself. Tara was to show herself. I didn't know the goddess that well. She was. I don't know her story. I
I
wasn't.
I know her story. She's not a very nice person.
That's.
What happened when he exposed her through the night? And I think Joe was part of this coming up with her details. She was arrested in California. So in that all night show, he showed her arrest record. She had been arrested in California for some kind of assault.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but should he have given out her name? I don't know. I know the cam girls, and maybe rightly so, got mad at Jimmernam. And anyway, Casper, I guess they were right because Jimmer has doxed people, and that's one of the reasons he's a creep. By the way, Helen doxed Jimmer. Helen, to me, is a really bad guy too. And Helen kept, when most people left Jimmer, Helen kept phoning in. He kept phoning in.
Yeah. Well, it starts to get like tit for tat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, it is. But
yeah,
listen, Casper. If you say you're not going to dox, then you don't dox. Now, I dig Lemonade. By the way, I think she's in your chat, and maybe she wants to come in. I dig this Lemonade. She has stood up to Jimmer. She
oh
is
yeah,
fine and righteous.
yep,
But Helen, I think, fucked over Jamie a little bit because once Helen doxed Jimmer, then Jimmer could say, well, he doxed me. I'll dox other people.
yeah.
So I think these people have to kind of see what's right for Lemonade and Jamie and do the right thing. And I don't think if you say you're not going to dox, Casper, if you say that, you don't dox. And he did. Now, I don't lose sleep over it. Jimmer's a bad guy, but this Helen is a bad guy too. He shut down my channel.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you got your own little battle with him, and yeah, I can agree that that Trav shouldn't have doxed Jimmer on Jamie's stream, and I don't think Jamie was probably too impressed with it. But I don't know. It's what can you do? People say things on streams. It's not cool. I mean, I totally agree with you. Doxing is it's not cool. It's not cool. But it gets so vicious that people are getting so nasty with each other that they will do anything to get the upper hand.
Well, here's the thing, right, Casper? You and me, man, it's my hobby, it's my passion.
Yeah.
But these people rise to the level of hate, and that's just crazy, isn't it? I mean, people say they hate me, man. People say they hate me. That's crazy. Like you, I'm just some guy on the internet. That's all. Why do you hate us? But people do, don't they?
It doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
Absolutely does not matter who you are, what you do. You will always get haters.
Well, I guess they project into the people, don't they? They take their own hate and they put it onto other people, and it's a safe way of expressing their hate. But for people like me and maybe you, man, we're just in this for fun. So
Yeah.
back off, but they don't, Casper.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've judged me absolutely correct. I am in it for fun, and I do have to admit that the drama side of things, it must just touch some human emotion that we all have, because at one point in time we're always involved in some kind of drama, and I won't lie and say that some of the drama is fun to watch, but do I like personally, do I want to create or fuel drama? No, I don't. But I do watch other people's drama.
Well, I don't know about that, sir, because we're talking about drama right now. Remember, if you don't have drama, you have no literature, you have no songs, you have no nothing. Now, if you're nice, you go on stream and it gets boring. It's cool, man, but who wants to hear a bunch of people say, oh, you're nice, I'm nice? So drama is essential, but it's when it gets too personal, right?
Yeah, I get your point. It does. That's what gets. I mean, I'm not interested in views. I'm not monetized. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like some of these channels, that is their whole content is drama to get the views.
Well, I think that's okay. What happens is that we don't do it for money. I'd like more views, but since we're not doing it for money and it's not our whole lives, it doesn't really expand into a real life experience, but it does for people like Jimmer. Now with Jamie, she has kids and she's trying to build a little money, and she should, man. She gives content. So for her, it's important, and that's why Jimmer is such a creep, because he goes after good people like Jamie real life and doxing his real life, right?
Yeah, and I've said this before. I give Jamie all the props in the world for I mean, okay, she had a lot of backup, but I give her props for standing up to Jimmer, and she didn't like him, and she realized what he was about, and that's one of the reasons why I stand behind her. And yeah, I don't like him. I really don't like him. Do I think though that I'll try to be fair and honest? Like, do I think that that there isn't a spot for everybody. Like, for instance, like a few of the other creators have said to people, "Hey, James has started this new channel, this what is it, La Champion or whatever, and he's got a
True
Patreon set up,
crime.
True Crime,
Yeah.
evil, social evil, whatever it's called, and." So he's got a Patreon set up there. He's got another smaller creator helping him.
Mm-hmm.
Do like the question was asked? Do we just should people just leave him alone to do that,
No.
or
No. No.
do we punish him for the
No.
past?
Well, here's my answer. He came on the Sam Hill show and lied to me. Like he lied to. He said the phone call to Matt was a joke. It wasn't. I heard it that night. So here I said to him, Jimmer, okay, everybody deserves a chance. I saw no evidence he's a pedo, by the way. I do see disturbing patterns of behavior, but I said to him, look, man, keep away from a child's audience, and that's cool. I think you should have another chance. But look, this is what he did, Casper. I heard a tape where he was talking masturbation to someone under 18, and that does bother me. So my answer is, when he crosses the line and doxes people like he did Jamie, that's when he should be shut down. That's the line. I said he should have another chance, and other people did, and I think Vin Vader, Joe said the same thing. But look, Casper, he's continued his behavior, right?
Yeah, just even the other night. I mean, he got shut down for hate speech just the other night on the Misery channel, and there's talk that he's been demonetized, but other people are saying he's not demonetized. But he's definitely gone quiet since he got shut down the other night. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. The past, you know.
But it's the present. That's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about what he did. I heard parts of that show. Now, people make physical threats on the internet. Now, technically, people don't go after them because there's too many, but I looked up the code. It is against state and federal code to make a physical threat on the internet, whether you're joking or not. And if it's interstate, the FBI, it becomes a federal code. Now, he came on, Casper, maybe you heard it, and he was making physical threats, inviting people to come to him, and here's the physical threat. He said he would beat them with a baseball bat and happily go to prison.
Yeah, I heard that. I had that recorded.
So that's not in the past. That's very much in the present. I said, give you another. Now, let's talk about the pedo charge if you want. Do you want to talk about that and get my view?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd love to hear your view.
Okay, so this started with Hansie, a man who committed a sexual deviance. Matt Stearns taped him. Sands had sex in front of a child or his children. You could hear the children. So Sands, a year and a half ago, started calling people he didn't like pedo. He got on with a man named Taft Pattern, who I like, and he called Taft Pattern a pedo, and he called other people a pedo. So all of a sudden, all these people are calling each other pedos. So now, is Jimmer a pedo? I have not seen any evidence whatsoever that he committed a sexual act with a child.
Correct,
Someone
yeah.
looked up the registries. Jimmer is not on a registry, so I'm not going to call him a pedo. Now, I was there when he called Darius, and he made poor judgment. He made Darius a moderator, and there was some pornography in the where the kid could look at, which was wrong. But you know, the chat was telling Jimmer, get off this kid. But you know, Jimmer was very drunk, and he did say Jimmer to Darius and inappropriate. He said to this kid, "I love you, Darius." So that's inappropriate patterns of behavior. But based on that, and he did have that masturbation tape, which is inappropriate and maybe against the law. But from there to pedo, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to accuse someone being a pedo without proof, and I've never seen proof that he is a pedo. So I never called Jimmer now, and I won't unless I have proof.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think even Vin Vader said the same thing. He said that, does he think he's a pedo or whatever he is? I don't even like that word, but and I think I heard him say, no, I don't think he is, but he's inappropriate with children on the internet.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
and I agree. I agree to that. Yeah, totally.
And I gave you an example. I heard the tape where he was talking masturbation to somebody. He sounded to me like under 16, maybe 12. But anyone under 18 is probably some kind of lewd behavior technically and wrong, and he shouldn't do it. Now, he's not with his kids, and that probably messes him up. Jim Ranam also said he had a brain operation.
Yes.
So all these things together, right? And he has no life, man. He has no life. He has no sweet loving from a woman. And I think it drives you crazy. It drives you isolated. All of us need good relationships, right? So I think it's a lot of reasons. But look, just because you're a victim of being beaten doesn't give you the right to abuse or do bad things. There's no excuse for what he does to Jamie and other people. Now with Finn Vader, what he did was he accused Finn Vader of being a pedo. He accused
Correct.
Finn Vader of having sex with his grandchildren. And if someone
Ridiculous.
said that to me or you, it'd drive us crazy, mad, right?
Correct. That was ridiculous.
Oh, it was worse than ridiculous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But now I say practically, if you have children, if you have a job, you probably shouldn't mess with Jimmer because he's going to go after you personally, which makes the sacrifice of Jamie greater because she has been hurt, but she doesn't give up. She sees something wrong and she wants to protect other people. So yeah, I'm full on supporting this Jamie. She's a great person.
Yeah, she is. She is a very, very nice person, a very genuine person. And yeah, she's sticking up to Jimmer, and that's why a lot of us, some of us are even in the chat. We've been there from the beginning, and we know what these fellas are like. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, none of this would happen if YouTube actually followed their own terms of service as far as what do they call it? What's it called when you get kicked off? Your channel gets shut down and you're not allowed to open another channel.
Well, they get a strike.
Paid division, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even have been allowed to open up these last two channels because he's been shut down, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be able to come back. Oh yeah, just grab a VPN and he just opens all the channels he wants. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Someone said technically if you're banned from streaming, you're not supposed to do it. But like you said, they don't consistently enforce what they have. For instance, why does Sands get away with hate speech and not get shut down, and other people get shut down? Why does Helen get to go on a show and flash and show nudity and nothing happens to that channel? But when he does it on Hostbusters XL, by the way, a little plug, if you want to see Busters, we're on Hostbusters channel. Anyway, why do we get shut down and not other people, which goes to your point of YouTube not following what they say.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And as for Saints, I watch a little bit of Kyle's, but I don't understand him most of the time because he's drunk most of the time. But there's occasions when he's not drunk, which I have listened to him, and he takes credit for shutting Jimmer down nearly every stream. I find that quite funny. And the thing is, though, like he often goes on, Sam, and says, "Oh, I've been demonetized" or whatever. So, like, he must be dealing with strikes or something. He must be. Otherwise, why would he? And he goes, "Oh, I'm on my backup channel and I'm waiting for that, and I'm going to apply here till this gets back." So he must have the same sort of battles. He must get strikes or something.
Yes, I believe so, but we were
Yeah.
talking about hate speech, and look, Casper, he berates his own chat. He says you're all old and white, and you're losers because you watch me.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, I don't comment very often. I have made a few comments. I haven't gotten any hate from him, but I just said to him because the thing I have in common with him is I wanted Jimmer to send Wendy's money back, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and writing it in all the chats and saying, and then he's actually pushed that point on his
Right,
streams
right.
about Wendy not getting the money back. Come on, you can't steal a friggin' retard's money. Come on, that's just like the lowest of low. Like she's not all there, and she has her mental problems, and she shouldn't be donating. And someone in her family should be telling her not to stop donating because she can't afford to give that money away.
Well, here's my attitude on Wendy. And after I finished college, I worked with some of that population. I think she's been exploited all the way from Howard Stern. And if you were her father, would you let her go on a show and be referred to as Wendy the retard? Now, just because you're mentally challenged doesn't relieve you of responsibility. You should be working, you should be having a job. We've all seen those mentally challenged people at the market or whatever, and they be cool. So right from the start, Wendy and her guardians were part of the being exploited. Uh, so it's a complicated picture too. But yes, she is exploited. I agree with you because she is not equipped to make those kinds of judgments. And where are her guardians letting her come on? But anyway, the fact that she takes donations herself rather than earn her own money with a job. Every time I heard her, I would think, well, why isn't she working? Just like Helen Keller, why aren't these people working? Why are they taking food stamps like Helen and even Sands? Now, he makes his money because he has mentally handicapped children and a very liberal government in his state. They give them big money. I mean, because he has children, they get thousands of dollars. That's where Sands gets most of his money from, kids. These people keep having children, and he says two of his kids are handicapped, and the state pays them thousands of dollars. They declare the mother some kind of child caretaker, and that's how they give her the money. I think it's wrong, but there you go, man. There you go.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. So we pretty much established that Jim has taken around, I think it was $879
Right.
of these donations. Now, my question to you is that we've all confronted him about it in chat or even some people
Right.
on stream. Tell me something. Why aren't his supporters? Why are they support? What? Why aren't they saying anything about that? I never saw one comment from any of his supporters
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, I'm a Misery fan, but we want you to give that back to Wendy." Isn't that the decent thing? Like, why do they not say anything? And it's all of us saying, "Jimmer, give Wendy her money back." Why? Tell me
I,
why.
I have a theory. Now, one of the things I've noticed through being in here and in chat is most people will not speak up, will not take a stand. I mean, look at Nazi Germany. I don't believe most of those people wanted to put Jews in ovens, but it's in the nature of things to not stand forth and take a stand. Even for things like, for example, right? I got shut down. Um, but because maybe I wasn't liked, where were the on-air people saying it's wrong, man, to have you shut down? So my theory, sir, is if you like someone like the people like Jimmer, you look other way. You go in denial. Of course they should be standing up. But if you can't stand up for a little guy like me being shut down, if you can't look, someone said they would skull fuck my wife. They would skull fuck my wife. And where were the people standing up saying that's wrong? Because my wife came on stream, she's saying hallelujah. So if people can't stand up for that, man, they're not going to stand up. So when people like Jamie and you and other people come forth, you are heroic because that's a fact of human nature. And you know what? Maybe in Nazi Germany, I probably wouldn't have stood up because those people who stood up got shot. Now that's extreme. That's extreme. But I think the basic idea, Casper, is people like somebody, they don't do the right thing. They don't do the right thing. Showing moral courage is kind of rare, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. Another thing too with Wendy, someone mentioned this, is that apparently I think Wendy is able to do cameo, and you know if she had somebody close to her, because they were all cashing in on this. I mean, you saw
Agreed.
high pitch Eric and stuff. If someone that could be trusted, and someone that was able to do this, all the the back work to
Right.
do this.
Right.
Wendy could make quite some good money to make her life a lot more comfortable if somebody that could be trusted to do the cameo for her and deal with all the shit that goes with it. You know, taking the actual videos and making sure that people get them, making sure the money's collected, making sure it's put aside for her, and maybe in some point sort of have some type of control so she can't just spend it on silly things like donations. But I was just a thought. I heard someone say the other day, and then of course you don't know. Wendy's answers are very, very out there. Like she'll just say yes to everything.
Well, she lies too.
Yeah. So but if someone was really responsible and level-headed and did that for her, she could certainly make her life a lot more comfortable.
Well, this is a great point, folks. It comes back to where are the parents in all this? And like in life, look how irresponsible most parents probably are, including my father. He was a drunk. But you're absolutely right. She has some semi-fame, and she could make some good money off it. So where are the parents who I assume are legally her guardian, correct?
Yeah, I believe she's got her mother and her sister. I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But Casper, where was her mother when she was being exploited by Howard Stern? I come back to you, sir. If your child went on a show and they referred to her, if you had a daughter as let's say Linda the retard, would you permit that? I surely would not.
Yeah, it's so funny that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to answer. I mean, I do know that Howard throws her money. I mean, she made $1,000 from the Hollywood Squares episode.
That's nothing. We know $1,000 is nothing, sir.
Well, that's a lot to her.
I don't think. Well, not in America. Most rents are what over $600 a month.
Yeah, but I mean, she's living at. I mean, I'm not sure what their situation is. Whether her mother.
Well, sir, I'll give you a situation. Let's cut to the chase, the truth. Howard Stern is a billionaire. Howard Stern is a billionaire. You know how much money he made off these people? So we should be talking $1,000. He should be giving out some money to really help these people, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of Hansie's beefs, is that he gave them so much, I guess, content for the Howard Stern show, but I think no one ever looked after him.
Well, I agree. I don't think he got very much. So I absolutely agree that these people should have gotten more because the show made so much. If it was a little show, man, I get it. But Howard Stern is a billionaire, from what I hear, $1 billion.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Thanks a lot. How did you come upon my podcast? Because you and I haven't even really chatted much before. Just Yeah, I'm not sure where the connection is, but
I heard you. I think I heard you. Maybe you were on Jamie, and
oh,
maybe you were on another show. And I said it, Andy. This Andy Pod Trash Crew. Is it Andy Cruz? I think you two were on together. You were
correct.
great, man. You were
Oh,
great.
yeah. Andy and I like a lot of things similar. So I went on to Pod Trash to do a small show with Andy. Where I think we were just talking about the Jiminan. We were giving our stories, which is some of it's very similar to what we spoke about today. And yeah, it was so people. I do these things so that when people see me in other people's streams and stuff, that people
Mhm.
know who I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
people know, hi, I've heard Casper, I've heard Darren tell his story, so they know where I stand. That's the reason why I do this stuff.
Well, I think we all small people like us, we had the same problem. Now, you are very, very good. I'm kind of known for telling the truth, and I criticize probably most streamers, but you and Andy have real skills, and I do. The problem is not many people know about it. Not many people know about it. There's 700,000 streams, so that's the battle, right, man? You're cool, you're good, and I
Yeah.
am too, but not enough people know about it. So that's hard to do, but thank you for having me on, man. I'm gonna keep watching.
Thank you for coming on. I've got to get Jamie to come on because
Oh yeah, man.
I originally this has gone completely like ass up because I originally was supposed to be doing this with Hello Starlight, and she was going to school me about the internet and the YouTube drama and stuff, but unfortunately she hasn't been able to make it.
Well, I'm schooling you, man. I've been around.
Yeah, no, I've learned.
I've helped a little bit.
Thank you. I've actually learned a lot. Like, yeah, and I feel that like that's what I do. I love to go into these streams and I love to listen, and I might put my 2 cents worth in. There's a lot of misfacts out there as well. Even look, I'll be honest with you. I mean, in the beginning, Jiminan, he's got some skills too.
I agree. He does.
I just wish he would have done something good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's basically. Yeah. All right, Sam.
Okay, man.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Okay, peace
All
out.
right, I'm gonna catch up with the Hostbusters. Okay.
Peace out. Bye.
All right, okay. Bye. Wow, that was great. Excellent. Having Sam Hill on, who I honestly didn't know. I didn't know. Didn't know anything about him. I've been to Hostbusters once, directed there by Ross, I think. So, Jamie, where's my lemonade? Where's my lemonade? It's getting hot in my room too. So, what I've been doing this for an hour and 37. Oh, I usually don't do them for that long. I tell you, I won't be able to compete with Mary. I won't be able to compete with 12-hour streams. What's her record? 17 hours. But now she's down to doing 12 hours because I think YouTube cuts off after 12. So she's down to doing 12. God bless her. She's a nice lady too. Sam, I'll have to tag that one. Well, first of all, Jeff, he got shut down the other night for hate speech, and he hasn't been back since then, as far as I know. He hasn't posted anything on his YouTube. Maybe he can't. I'm not really sure. But he'll be back. No, I'm not. I can't turn the AC on. RK, because it just puts too much noise behind me into the microphone, so I turn it off completely when I'm streaming. I mean, it's like over 30 degrees C here today, so it's quite hot. And I have to have the room shut because my mother arrived home earlier than what I expected. So, because I usually like to do this when I have the place to myself and I have all of the available bandwidth in my shitty Australian internet to myself. And I'm just so grateful that the internet hasn't cut out on me, because I think you guys have heard me tell you in the past that my internet router, which is sitting right here next to me, it just likes to reset itself. And I mean, the internet comes back on, but it takes about 5 minutes for everything to hook back up. Meanwhile, you've lost your stream. So it hasn't happened to me during the podcast. I've been lucky. It's happened to me while I've been on other people's podcasts. So I've been pretty lucky in those regards. So where's Jamie? Jamie, I've been on like for almost an hour and 40 minutes, and I know you were waiting for Sam to finish. So I need you to come up now. I sent you the link by Discord message, and the link was also in the chat earlier. I can put it back on if it's convenient for you. Otherwise, someone else is welcome to come and chat to me, but I did want to put some time aside for my dear friend Jamie. So, yeah, okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, my internet is fucking shit. Now, when I moved here about 2 years ago, yeah, almost exactly 2 years ago, actually, and I used to live about 40 minutes from here, and my internet was what we call cable, and it was really, really fast. It was very good. I was happy with it, and it never, ever cut out because it was hardwired. Now, I moved to this address, and they told me that I had to upgrade. Funny word, that. I had to upgrade to the NBN, which is this new, status of internet in Australia called the NBN, National Broadband Network, right? Sounds fucking great, right? Okay, got a fairly okay deal, because I've got Foxtel and phones and this and that, right? So basically, internet costs me, I think, $60 a month, Australian, $60 a month. So it was supposed to be faster and this and that, blah, 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 right? Okay, so I move into this address, and then I found out that I did some research on the net, and I find out that I'm on the edge of the dead zone. Okay, I'm on the edge of the dead zone, and the position of my house in the street that I live in is such that it's a little bit too far. It's a long way from what we call the node. The node is the box that's at the end of the street that the street's basically connected to. That's my understanding of it. And so the further you are away from the node, the more speed you lose in the line. So what they did was, I put a boost on the line, and it made it worse. Instead of getting faster speeds, I would get continuous dropouts. So it's just in the technology. So they took the boost off me, and they did some testing and all this sort of stuff, and it hasn't improved. It just basically, the speed, if I told you my speed, you would just like, oh, Casper, I'm not even going to listen to you anymore. I can't listen to people with speeds that low. That's how bad my speed is. It's unbelievable. I'm lucky I'm even able to do this. So I'm hoping over the next, year or so, because basically they said they had to put another, that there was a tower that needs to go in to expand the network, and they needed to do more infrastructure, right? So I complained, and I complained, and I complained, and I could not get them to fix it, basically. I went red in the face. How many times do you have to yell at a service provider on the phone or on internet chat? How many times? I must have called them, like internet chat, and they elevated my problem, internally, and they had people ring me on my phone non-stop. And all I kept saying was, it's really bad, it's really bad, it's really bad. Could you play? I had the router replaced. To my knowledge, they haven't done anything in the street to improve my internet. And I'm paying for, I'm not even getting the minimum. I'm not even getting the minimum of what NBN is supposed to provide. I'm not even getting the minimum speed. So it really pisses me off. So Jamie must have left the chat. Jamie. Where was she? She was there just a while ago. She said something about guidelines. No, after that, sorry, she said, "Hey, Paula." And then she's gone. Jamie, if you're here, please hit me in the chat there to tell me you're here. If you're not here, then Jeff can come up and say hi if he wants to. I haven't spoken to Jeff in a week. The last I spoke with Mr. President Jeff Count was I think he won a poll to be the next person to be interviewed on the Dipship show, but he's not interested. I remember reading that conversation. Oh, Jeff, you say I sound good. That's another thing. I think I fixed a problem that I had. I was talking to a friend last night, and I ended up using Google Hangouts instead of Discord, and she said that I didn't sound that great, right? Well, I discovered this morning that Windows had turned my microphone down to around 40% in the Windows settings. So I've cranked it back up to 80%, and I think I sound better through YouTube now. So I'm happy with that because I have this studio microphone that's actually worth a few bucks, and I couldn't understand why I don't sound clear all the time. Inconsistent, because I run everything through a mixer, and my mixer settings, I always turn them up to the same every time I do a podcast. So yeah, weird, eh? So anyway, it doesn't look like any of my two ladies that I organized to come on today are going to come on and talk to me. I'm pretty sure that I've already gone past 9 to 9:30 north, south, east coast. Guys, you can confirm that I've already gone past that time. And she didn't show up. Oh my god. Can you believe what women do to you guys? Can you honestly believe what women do to you? I don't know. What are you gonna do? Can't live with them. Pass me a beer. Hang on, what have I got? Have I got any messages here in Discord? No, I don't have any messages in Discord. Well, maybe they think that I'm just going to do like a 12-hour stream. So, we'll come back. Oh, it's 9:46. Well, I missed the timeline's gone anyway. She didn't even make that time. I'm going to get a heap of sorry Caspers soon. I know I am. Does anyone else? Jeff, do you want to come up? Jeff, are you home? Do you want to come up? Yeah, it's so hard to organize. I really, really was looking forward to it. I got this sweet little crush on Starlight. I think she's really nice, and I'm battling Andy. For Marianne's affections, and we got this little thing going, right? And we're trying to outdo each other and stuff like that. So it's quite funny because Andy and I are actually pretty good friends. So I just think it's very funny we're doing it because she knows we're mucking around, but we do actually think she's pretty nice. So, and I was just telling her yesterday that I watched. She sent me a link to one of her videos where she was going off in the car, and it was fucking hilarious. And I watched it twice. And yeah, there's definitely things there that I like. But I don't think a long-distance relationship is going to work at this point in time, guys. I should do a Google map check and see how far it is between Brisbane and... shit, I've forgotten where. I don't even know exactly where she is. She did tell me, but I've forgotten. And it's not as far as between me and Jeff, my old mate in Toronto. Well, that'd be one hell of a flight. I think that's probably 17 straight hours or something like that. Oh, I got Jeff. Let's crack him on. Add to stream. Let's hope it is Jeff and not a troll.
Shit, I've forgotten where. I didn't even know he was.
Oh, you gotta mute your YouTube, Jeff.
Yeah. It's not as far as between me and Jeff.
Mute your YouTube, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just wanted you to say hi, and I was just listening to everything that you're doing. Right, a lot of Jimmer stuff, right?
Well, I'm in a community that is trying to be rid of Jimmer, so yeah, unfortunately, it's sort of it's connected. Yeah, I mean, I'm not purposely, I'm not purposely going after anyone. I just like talking about what's been going on, and get.
Well, if you want to talk about the dipshit stuff, so I think I gave you a message on you, and
Yeah. I sorry, I didn't reply. I did read it though.
no, so the dipshit. No, I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do that, okay?
But
You would be interesting. But you know what's going to happen.
Gonzo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said, yeah, go ahead with Gonzo. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
I think they'd just make fun. I mean, isn't that what it's all about anyway? I assume they would just make fun of. I assume that someone like a Chad would come on and try to sort of take the mickey out of you or something like that, and maybe Kleenex and stuff like that. Isn't that what that whole show is about?
the whack packers. Fuck, I'm not a whack packer, so.
Yeah, that's why I would never do it, because I just do not care enough about those people to do something.
Here's the reason for me. I have like personal stuff. I don't want to. You know what? The whack packers that he's got, like he has been. I'm not going to be like really personal. If I'm going to do an interview with you, and I told Mud I would do it with Mud, or I would do it with you, Casper. But I'm not going to do it with dipshit. Come on.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I have personal stuff in my life.
Oh yeah, I know, and you don't want some of that stuff. You don't want that out there.
That's all they want to do. They want to just everybody. He's done. Like, okay, this is the ninth one he's gonna do, right? The episode number 9. Yeah. He wants me. Dipshit comes in. He does a DM with me, and he wants me. He goes, look at your fans. Count, come on, all the fans. You got 53%. And Gonzo was in 30 something. So I said, go ahead, do it with Gonzo, man. Gonzo is the guy on Howard Stern. Like he could, if he likes to say his personal life, then go ahead, right?
Yeah, look, sorry, Jeff. I might have tipped you over because I voted for you. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Of course, I'm going to vote for you. What was the other choices? It was Gonzo, or who else was it? Or
Gonzo, and it was one of your friends. I forget the name.
One of my friends.
One of your friends are here. You'd have to look at that. Look at that on Twitter. Yeah, it's your friend is here.
But you realize they're doing it for it's just their enjoyment. It's not a serious interview.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Right? No way. I got let down today. I'm really bummed. I'm really
the guy that you just interviewed, your friend. I'm sorry. I just forget. I forget names, right? But
what do you mean? What the one just on now on my here, or you mean? Well, I don't know what you mean.
You had on Casper. You had an interview with your friend from podcast. Andy.
Oh, Andy. Sorry, was he?
Yeah.
Was he the other choice? Was he?
He was one of the choices. Yeah.
I forgot that. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. No, yeah, I didn't realize Andy was that other choice. Yeah.
There you go. He's here.
Yeah. So, yeah. Andy's trying to cockblock me, Jeff. I might have to get you to have words with him because.
I'm sorry, but you know what? You have to understand that. Like I can't talk about personal issues about me. It's some of the stuff that I've forgotten, and you have personal reasons that I've talked to you about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't. Sometimes I can't. I forget stuff. Okay, so.
I totally get that. That's why I can't I don't want them to take advantage of you. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? And you know how I feel about that. So I know stuff that they don't know, and they want the old Jeff.
Yeah.
They want the old Jeff, right? And they unfortunately they can't have the old Jeff. They see some of the old Jeff, but they don't know what's going on, and they don't need to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe if I talk to you, I'll talk to you, Casper.
Yeah, I understand.
Talk to Mud. I'll do an interview with one of you guys.
Yeah, you're not going to give it to Dipshit. I understand that.
Yeah, fuck Dipshit. You know what? That's what Mud said. Mud gave me a DM on Twitter, and he says, fuck them. You know what? Mud goes to me, he goes, is Dipshit hasn't came up with a amount of whacker packers, right? So he's lost them. So they're trying with me, right? So
yeah, Mud might be a good interview for him because he gives as good as
he would be good. But you know what? Of course, he's not going to do it.
Yeah. So, how are you been? Like, how's you still home? And you said that are you officially retired now, Jeff? I was just curious.
Not completely, but like I said, if I go back into it, I'll talk about this later. All right. So
yeah.
But like I said, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I said, if I talk to Mud, if I do an interview with Mud, I'll do everything. I'll expose everything. So
Okay. Yeah. It's look. I just want to see you look after yourself.
Yeah.
And you got to keep your eye on your brother too. So you got to be with it.
I'm still younger. I'm only 51. So
I know we're the same age.
We're about the same age, right?
Yeah, I'm 50. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you have what month of birthday are you in?
June.
You're in June, so you'll be 51 in June?
Correct.
Did you have last in June? Did you have? What'd you do for your 50th birthday?
Nothing big. Just had they had something for me at work, and
good, right? Big
and then I had yeah, just a small family thing. Yeah. Nothing big. I'm telling you, I stopped celebrating birthdays about friggin' 15 years ago. Like, it just after 30, I didn't want to celebrate any more birthdays.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a reminder. I mean, I don't look 50, but sometimes, Jeff, I feel fucking 50.
That's right. Sometimes you feel like
the back pain and aches and pains. And
how's your work going? Is your work fine now?
Yeah, work's good. Work's really busy. I came off having a really nice break. I had 3 weeks off at Christmas time. I didn't do much other than just relax.
I sent you a message on Skype. And I was mentioning, you know what? I was watching. I know you did your last time. You did about, in Australia, all the fires and stuff, and all the animals. It's so disgusting. And I seen that it was like at least 1,000 of those koalas.
Yeah. It's terrible, man. The fires are much better now.
It's better, right?
We had a change of weather, and also we had some
rain.
Yeah, we had some rain in different areas of the country in different states, and some of the water helped with some fires and ease others. It's still going on though. And then, did you hear about that bomber that crashed while they were working on putting fires out? And it was 3 American guys that had come over, and they were flying a bomber. And they were putting all that fire retardant on in certain areas, and I don't know how, but the bomber went down, and they were all killed. It was only last week. That was terrible. I don't like reporting on that sort of tragedy sort of stuff too much, but it's very sad that.
Yeah. Can I just say something about Australia? this guy, your PM is Scott Morrison.
Correct.
You know that guy. Okay, so he got some heat about that because of the fire. He went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he went on vacation time, like it was obviously.
Yeah, they hated that.
Yeah, but apparently I think he ended up making it short and coming.
Okay.
But you got to remember, he can release funds. He can make an order that other rescue craft are released for certain organizations to help with fires. But you got to remember, the guy is on call probably 24/7 on his phone, right? And it doesn't really matter exactly where he is. He can make the decisions from anywhere, and if
that's what I was thinking. But there were so many people going, "Oh, what the fuck is he doing? Look at all these fires in Australia." And Scott Morrison is going to Hawaii and doing all this fucking stuff.
All right. Let's compare that situation.
Yeah.
To Donald Trump. What I read a couple of weeks ago. Donald Trump apparently has spent more time on the golf course than any other president ever. So you know what I mean, and he's got a lot of shit going on. Yeah. So but again, if something came up, the president, whether he's shooting a 5-iron into the par 5 second or whether he's sitting behind his desk, he can make a decision and take a phone call 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Like they're allowed to have lives as well.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway. You don't have to be sitting behind your desk 24/7, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, mate, thanks for popping up. I'm a little bit I'm not really upset. I'm a little bit annoyed that my two guests didn't come tonight. Or one actually.
Yeah, that's too bad, man.
I'll get it sorted again for another time. But
I know that you usually go an hour. Now you're going longer, right?
I went 2 hours today, but I hadn't spoken to Sam Hill before, so I found.
Do you hear about Fancy?
No. What did I miss? I spoke to him.
No, I haven't talked to him. Last time I talked to you, that was the last time I talked to you on Casper.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's happened? Oh, sorry. Are you asking me? Have I heard from him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I sent him a message just before I went live, and I told him. I said, "Hey, I'm going live soon. Just hang back and listen if you want," because I knew it was different content. It was all planned to be different content than what I normally talk about, right? So I didn't want to give him any expectation that he had to come up and talk or anything like that. And he said, "Yeah, Casper, okay, I will, bro. Having breakfast now." And I said, I have some chicks coming on, but they're running late. And he said, "Nice, I will get my lotion ready."
Yeah. Hey, I remember this was when I was back and doing Fire Talk, and I remember I did questions about you with Casper about Australia.
Yeah.
And you know what? Out of here, I was just looking at some of the questions I asked you, and were you able to do it? So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions in here. If you can do it.
All right. Okay.
Because I gave them. It was probably about 3 years ago.
Did we do it? Did we do a show that time?
Yeah, I did. I did a show on my fire.
You should post that. You should post that. Why don't you post that? I get a laugh out of listening to that.
Well, one of the questions I asked you, because I know that you have, one of your things on Auzzie on Casper Rules. I know that the song you do, Men at Work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what year do you think did that came out on Men at Work?
Oh Jesus. Well, I don't use it anymore because I kept getting. You know why I don't use it anymore, right? I don't use it because it's copyrighted. Like, and if I ever,
You can use your own. You can use your own, right?
yeah, if I ever wanted to look, yeah, I'm gonna take a guess. I know it's the 80s. I know it's the 80s. But I was gonna say 83, but I think that it might be either 80 or 81. But I'm not 100%.
You're right. It's 1981.
Oh, okay.
But they started in 1979. But that song that you used to use, that was
It was like,
one.
yeah,
Can you fucking believe that? That was so long ago.
if I was gonna guess, if you had said make it 1 year, I would have guessed wrong. I would have said 19. I would have said 1980. But anyway, that's good.
Yeah. I had like 10 things that you did before. I was wondering if I was going to do something else.
So did you ask me these questions already, or these are questions you had ready for me?
I did them. I remember I wrote them down. That's why I was wondering one of the ones that I wrote.
Yeah, see,
I was talking about a guy named Steve Irwin. I think in Australia, that's a good one for Steve Irwin. Everybody.
Okay, I know who Steve Irwin is. Okay, ask me that one.
Can you remember what day he died when he did that stingray injury?
They're hard questions, bro.
I showed you this before, so.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I'll tell you about Steve Irwin. He died. He died when he was doing a documentary, and they were filming him, and he was in the ocean, and he was swimming above a stingray, and he obviously got too close to the stingray, and the stingray shot its barb out, and by accident, not by skill, it got him directly into the heart.
Yes.
And that's basically, how he died. And he ran Australia Zoo, which is only less than probably 45-minute drive north from me, is where his wife and 2 children still run the Australia Zoo. And if I remember correctly, he died. I can't give you the date, but I think he died in September of 2000 and... what is it now? 6. He's been dead for about 15 years. Around 2007?
6. You were close.
Fuck. Okay. Fine. I'm just going by how long he's been gone and stuff. But yeah, I was close. I knew it was September. I remember it because it was very sad. But
if I was going to ask you, if you were in Australia and the Count Country motherfucker in Toronto,
yeah,
how long of a flight do you think? If like kind of around that in the hours, how many hours would you think it would be Australia to Toronto right now?
Well, my guess originally, I think I said it already here, that I thought that it was going to be 17 hours, but I was taking a guess. It's probably going to be more. Jamie's here. Okay. Would you want to hear a nice, sweet voice, President Count?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, listen to this. Listen to my friends.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Jamie.
Fine. How are you?
I can cut you off there, Casper. It's 21 hours, okay?
Oh, okay. I was close. I said 17. I wasn't too. I was
21 hours.
21 hours, Jeff. Man, I'm gonna end up with like deep vein.
I know. Right?
Sitting in a plane for that long. Oh my god. Anyway, Count, Jeff, do you know my friend Jamie from Making Lemonade?
I may have heard about her.
You don't know this is one of my girlfriends in the United States?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
He's a player.
He's a player,
he's got
right?
Several of us. Yeah, he's got several of us.
Several. Well, no, I wouldn't say several. Maybe.
I can mute on myself. You guys talk about each other, okay?
Oh, you want us to talk about each other, Jeff?
Yeah, because you guys got to be do something nice, eh?
You got the lotion out, Jeff. All right, okay. I'll talk to Jamie because actually, Jamie was supposed to be on, but she was probably busy with naughty kids or something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Jamie, this whole thing has just not worked out for me today. Even though I've been on for 2 hours, I was supposed to talk to Mary Ann. She was supposed to be schooling me. She was supposed to be teaching me about internet true trauma or whatever we're calling it these days. Oh, look, Jeff went. Oh, we scared him off. All right. No, it's fine. We talk all the time. So have you been listening? Have you been listening today or
Yeah,
off?
on and off. Yeah, on and off. Yes, I've been listening.
I was really
But,
bummed
yeah.
last night. I was really bummed last night, right? So I had to go out during the day because it was like a big, end of month draw thing at the club. So, because I won $19,000 back in March of last year.
What?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Wow.
And so they do it like the last Sunday of every month. So it's just random draw of all the members.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I've only won it one time in like 10 years. So.
Congrats.
Yeah. So anyway, I had to go to that, right, and then I was there until about 6 o'clock my time, and then I said to my friends that were there, I said, "Look, I'm going to go." Wasn't winning anything and that sort of thing. So anyway, I jump in the car and I cracked YouTube open, and it says like, "Oh, make lemonade's gone live." Cool. I'll just Bluetooth that. That's why you always see me like just short text in this chat like I'm driving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then I'll Bluetooth because you can't get caught touching your phone in the car in Australia now. Otherwise, it's like $1,000 fine or something.
Oh, wow.
And so I cracked it onto you, and I said, "Oh, great, okay, I'll listen to Jamie while I'm driving home, and then crack the computer on when I get home." And I only got halfway home, and you ended it. It was I don't know how long the stream was, but then I went to watch the replay, but I think you made it private or something. So I didn't get a chance to. I don't know. How long were you on? Were you on for a while? Or
Well,
sure.
I mean, I think it was like, oh gosh, I don't know, an hour and 45 minutes or something. I was exhausted too, but the reason I was playing some music and
Yes.
it got blocked.
Was it music? Was it music or was it ads bloopers or something? I don't know. I was listening to it in the car. Couldn't work out what it was.
Well, yeah, so we were playing some music and then I watched some news bloopers.
Okay.
So those, yeah. But so yeah, I think it was one of the songs that I played ended up getting blocked after the stream. But no, it was really late and I was really
Doesn't it suck now you can't do that? Like I wanted to play.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play Pina Colada, Getting Caught in the Rain. I really like the song. And it's just like I can't you can't do that shit now, otherwise they end up like blocking stuff. It sucks.
Right.
Some of the stuff that you guys play is blocked in my country. So but not in yours. And sometimes vice versa. Last week something was blocked in your country, but I could watch it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's so weird. That is weird.
Really weird.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't
So
understand.
I liked your title last night. I only saw this on my notifications. Your title last night was something along the lines of something to do with slowly getting some peace or something like that. What was it exactly?
I was like, the war is real, and something about like maybe peace, maybe coming, or who knows, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And I liked Mary's stream the other night, right? I'll be honest with you, I was very skeptical when Mary first started doing the long streams. I was a little bit skeptical, a little bit weary, a little bit scared of going in there and chatting because it's open, no moderators, and I thought to myself, well, I could easily get involved in arguing here, from either defending you or defending me or whatever. And I was I must admit, the first one, okay, not too bad, but the one she did the other night, I don't know, warmed the heart a little bit because, set the record straight, I have no idea what that lunatic's going on about, but what I liked about it was that you guys actually had something in common, like this is halfway in the night for me, so I was pretty dopey, so I kept falling in and out of sleep, but I looked over and I looked on my phone and I saw Robbie, I think it was Nikki and you, all on the one panel and not screaming at each other. And I thought, am I seeing this right? That's what I thought I was dreaming.
Yeah, well, I wasn't on panel with Nikki, but but yeah, I went up there, and then Robbie, I felt like he had to join, and so because Set the Record brought his name up and everything, so you know, when it suits them, they'll they'll tell the truth. But so in this case, they'll back me up on this because it clears their name too.
Okay, and then when I was having a quick look at at your chat when I was in the car, and I shouldn't have been looking at my phone, but I did for a second. I scrolled up and I saw Robbie say hi in the chat, so he came in to say hi, but I don't know whether you guys had words or whatever. But what I was hoping for was that people can slowly but surely, hopefully, move forward without, like, continuously, what do you guys call it, dragging each other? I think it's an interesting term. We don't use that term out here, but I thought it was interesting. Do you think honestly that there's a way to, like, move forward? Like, do you see a light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, it's pretty dark around right now. Darkness kind of is surrounding, so it's hard to see a light in general, just for many reasons. And it's not. I'm just talking about not just talking about him, but but I'm sure that he's not just going to come around and think that he's going to be like, "Hi guys, everything's cool," and no, I mean, he's going to have to do a little more.
Yeah,
Atoning than that, and that's what he tries to do. He tries to he'll get in these like states where he, wants to get along and to be cool, and he'll do that.
Yeah, he's tried a couple of times to do that, and then he cracks it, and then he flips and cracks up, which is something I had to go at him about. I said you have to be consistent. You can't just like 1 minute be suddenly put your Christian hat on, and then the next minute go off your fucking brain. You have to be you have to be some consistency about being genuine, and you just don't you don't have to ever be friends again. That's fine. I'm not saying you do, but I just want, like, because I believe, like, there was a couple of times I truly believed him. I truly, like, I listened to him and I truly believed that he wanted peace. I truly did. But then someone does something to him and he blames you, and then he goes off his head. And I'm going to talk to him about it. And Nikki, the same thing. I always thought Nikki's streams late at night was just sort of like, she had her own little audience. She's got regulars that go there, and she seemed pretty cool. She was just talking about, herself and cats and this and that. And then, and I started to get a little bit of like, okay, she's sort of chilled. That's cool. And then one night, like last week, and she mentioned it the other night when she's a bit ashamed of it, but she just flips and goes off her fucking head.
Goes psycho.
She goes psycho. Flips and goes psycho on you, and I'm back where I started from. Like, I'm angry again. So I still think there's
me. It's not.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there's certain people, Jamie, that just love, like, hang on, these guys are getting along. I'll start some shit. I'll post something under a friggin' false friggin' account or something, just to fool everybody up. And you may have done absolutely nothing at all. Next minute, you're getting attacked again.
Oh yeah, and all those people are in, like, Mary's chat, like, and all the trolls, and so that's something too that needs to be like addressed on a certain level, because when you have it, like, friendships and stuff, you don't have to necessarily take on, like, if that friend or whatever is fighting a battle, you don't have to step in for them and do anything like that. You don't have to involve yourself. But
Yeah.
there's certain ways that you can show your support,
Correct.
and that's, certain lines, like not, hosting all these people that have done nothing but be hateful and have doxed my family and myself, and have, what I mean, like just have done really bad things.
I get to stories like I get weirded out when I see I've spoken to some people, all right, and I'm not going to mention any names. I've spoken to some people and I've had lovely conversations with some people, and I get the impression that these people are nice people, right? But I see these people in other chats, very, very nasty. Very, very nasty comments. These are the same people that I've spoken to as me to them, and nothing to do with you. But I watch other people stream, and then I seem like it's a very, very hard position for me to sit there and go, oh, I just had this wonderful conversation with this person, and here they are. They're over in this chat, same person, not a clone, same person, and look at the nasty comments. Like, oh my god, like because sometimes I think they just want to fit in with who they are, and everyone just jumps on the bandwagon. Oh well, let's just trash Jamie or trash someone else, or it's just, I'm thinking to myself, like I'm not just comfortable with them being a friend of mine, like an online friend of mine, but they're just like that general behavior.
Yeah.
That they can be really nice one day and then really nasty to someone else the next day, and it sort of like gives me chills a little bit. I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't like, and I'm sure I don't know if you heard me talking before, but I went through a period of time where I was talking to a lot of my fellow country women. And at the same time supporting you, whether even before I was a mod or whatever, I don't remember. And I did some checks about certain things, allegations, and as far as I'm concerned, I proved them wrong, and I stood up for that. And unfortunately now they don't necessarily talk to me, but they are welcome. They're not blocked or anything like that. They are welcome in my lives. I got no issues, but I made it clear that I don't want anybody trashing anybody, because otherwise they'll be timed out. Like, they can trash me, but I don't want them trashing you, because the difficult part was because there's even some people, Jamie, that follow Misery, right? That have which everyone knows I'm really anti-Jimmer, and yet they'll come over. They've been in my lives and they've been friendly to me, and I told them that they're welcome to come over here, because just because they listen to Misery doesn't always means they support everything he does. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that fine line of people going across different platforms, if you know what I mean. So but look, I've always wanted. I came along after Nikki and Robbie had left your channel. I know that I haven't even watched any old streams with you guys on yet. I haven't had time, but I did actually want to do that. I actually some of the Auzzie girls, I think, even used to be mods for you back in the day. Is that true? That's what I heard. I haven't even had a chance to go back through your channel and even see any of that. But I wanted to. I don't know if you've got them on your main channel. I need to have a look. So Nikki and Robbie left your channel, and I came over when they had already left and didn't really understand the whole story. so didn't really get involved in any of that because, as I was explaining to everybody, I came over. I didn't come over with those other guys. I came over by myself because I hadn't kept in touch with any of them. I hadn't kept in touch with Travis or any of the other dudes, right? I only recognized them from the Germination days. But I came over because YouTube told me to come over. It must have come up on my thing or something. I think it might have even been Hansie that I might have followed or something. Something told me to come over. Now, I came over to help a sweet girl against Misery because Misery is a piece of shit. And the thing is, what I was trying to explain to everybody was I would have done the same thing for anyone. I would have done the same thing for any girl. And I was trying to explain this to someone. I would have if Misery was going after Nikki, I would have come over and helped Nikki. If it was friggin', it could have been anybody. It could have been Marianne. It could have been anybody. I would have done the same thing. But the thing is though, you already have your battles or your disagreements with other people that had nothing to that some of it's got nothing to do with Misery. Would you agree with that? Like you obviously had some issues with people before James came across and tried to friggin' harass you.
I mean, only just like Laura and Kay, like, but individuals, not so much.
So did a lot of the fights you're fighting now with, people like, well, let me just Breakfast Club maybe and Trainwreck or Shipwreck, sorry, or whatever. These are all new beefs because of the Misery stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was
curious. Happening before.
And I wanted to find out, like, from Marianne, like, from Hello Stella, I wanted to find out, like, where she came in because she's from a different crew, which I didn't really understand because I joined them the other day playing some game or something they were doing. And a lot of the people in her chats are completely different people than your chat. So she's obviously in a different crew. She's got they've got their own Discordy thing or something apparently. And I didn't understand the relationship between everyone. And I think she basically came over to yours just to support against Misery, I think. Is that true?
I mean, we usually would come into each other's lives just to say hi and things like that. But yeah,
because she got a lot of shit from Misery. She got doxxed or whatever on New Year's Eve or whatever it was. He was going after her. He went through her YouTube and he was going through all her YouTube videos. So yeah, she copped a fair bit of backlash for whatever she said, which I'm not even sure what she said, but I was going to talk to her about it tonight because I just want to understand. I want to get everyone's point of view and everyone's story so that I know who people are. Like for instance, like a lot of people come into your chat, Jamie, and they got like weird names, or whatever, and I see stuff going on. Like I'll see Soul, block them, like time them out and block them, and I'll see that they haven't really said anything nasty, but she knows who they are. She knows who they are, and I don't. So I often ask her, what's with that person? And she'll say to me, oh, that's so-and-so or something like that. She seems to know. And I don't know. Like I just judge on what I see. I don't block. See, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, but not necessarily on a live. But when you have a heap of mods, everyone's got different personalities and different likes and dislikes. And some mods will block something that another mod thinks it's not an issue. So you're always going to get like different opinions. So I try to only block, I mean, you've seen me, I block any abuse of you and nastiness towards other mods. But if someone asks a critical question of you, I let it through. But other people don't. Other people block it, like they don't even want you to see it, sort of thing. And I think that what happens if you constantly block even critical questions, like, hey Jamie, can you explain why this was said, or something like that? And I'm sure if you read it, you go like, yeah, okay, I'll explain it, But other mods will block it, and I don't. You get a reputation of being a blocker, and then like people just go away. You know what I mean? You lose you lose supporters, and and that's one thing that I find interesting with Mary's is because she doesn't have any mods, and she just lets.
She also isn't under attack.
Yeah, exactly, and she sort of like tries to hear everyone's side, but in fairness, she doesn't like this. She'll tell people to be civil on the panel, and people seem to she seems to get that respect from people, even the ones on the other side, the dark side, as I like to call it.
Yeah, there's a bad echo right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, sorry. I don't.
Yeah, but that's part of their plan, and they've made that clear. Is to divide and conquer us, and try to make, because pretty much everybody that was in there is from the other side, but it's really easy to be in her.
We had some fighters in there, Jamie. We had Daydreamer and all that. They're all yours. I don't know who it is. Yeah, no, we had there's a mix.
Yeah, but it's easy to be in her position when you're not being under attack, like I have been for 3 months, and it's easy to do that.
Yeah, but remember, if you ever feel like, is the echo gone? I turned my gain down a little bit.
Yeah, it's gone.
If you ever feel like it's getting too much bullshit, you take a night off, because even though I enjoy coming home and having something to watch, I just want to I care about whether or not you're get too stressed. I don't want you to get too stressed over this stuff.
Oh, it's already. I've been stressed about this for a long time, and yeah.
Yeah, but to a point where it's you don't want to get to a point where it's making you ill or anything like that. Because I'll be honest with you, this is all just internet drama, and as I've explained to many people in the past, if I get annoyed or angry or something like that, I just turn it off. I turn it off. It goes away. As soon as the computer's off, it's all gone away. I choose when I want to involve myself. So, but are you going to ask you a question? Is everything sweet with getting your main channel back? Because that really annoyed me. That was a really bullshit, false strike shit. I'm hoping that be sorted soon.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the response. I submitted the counter, and YouTube accepted it, and so basically
what does that mean? You put a counterclaim in. YouTube, of course they should accept it because you're counterclaiming, but then now does the other person have to retract?
Yeah, so he had 10 days to respond, because I was like, he can take me to court, and I'm like, let's do it. And if he says, and at that point, I think YouTube will release.
So he'll retract. Yeah. He has 10 days to retract. So either he retracts on the 9th hour, on the 9th day or whatever, on the last hour or something, or if he doesn't do anything, does then YouTube make their own assumption, or automatically it just gets retracted? How does that work?
They'll release the claim, and I'll get my channel back.
Okay, and then automatically it's back to full status?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I wasn't sure how it worked, because I was sort of in the middle of, if it was going to be a big deal, I was in the middle of putting something together to send to YouTube, but it takes a lot of editing. So I wasn't sure whether I was putting too many hours of time in, or whether or not it was all sweet with what you were doing.
Well, hopefully that's how, that's what I've never, this will be the first time that I'll see. Hopefully that's how it works. That's the way it seems that it's supposed to work, but you never know. Okay. But hopefully.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's not I know you're building well, hopefully, I'm assuming that you're trying to build that main channel. And from what I saw, it's not a lot of money, but I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? That's the way I say it. You got to start somewhere, and I know you've got the subs and you've got the view hours. You just got to put the time in to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
I don't have that type of desire. Like I like getting on here and chatting, but I don't need to make any money off YouTube. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the problem is with so many friggin' people out there. So many. I mean, I think you guys, you call them haters or whatever. But it's just that there's just people just waiting to hit you all the time. You play one thing, they'll strike. Oh, strike. Oh, go and tell so and so that Jamie's playing her clip. You know what I mean? And I heard something on the grapevine, and I didn't know whether to put anything into it. And I think I actually did tell you about it, but it was probably too late. I did hear something on the grapevine that they were going to try to get you off YouTube, and I think I did relay that message to you, but I didn't know in what way they were going to try to do it. But when I started seeing strikes left, right, and center, I thought, okay, so they're just going to try to strike somebody off the internet, which is a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's called gang stalking.
Gang stalking.
And that's exactly what's happening to me.
Well, moving forward. Do you have how can I put it? I look forward to when you actually do some more of the true crime stuff. There's a couple of us that actually do look forward to. I know Ross was looking forward to doing some true crime with you, and I don't necessarily have to do it with you, but I'm looking forward to when you do some of the true crime stuff. I know you used to do that stuff before, right? Before all this crap hit the fan. Yeah, and I'm yet to actually watch any of your old stuff, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the chat. So, how's your day? What is it? Sunday night? Sunday night there? Yeah, Sunday night there. Must be about... Oh, I've lost her. I lost her. It's Sunday night there. I think it must be about... what time would it be? If it's 1:30 here, it must be about 10 o'clock. I'm taking a wild guess here. I lost Jamie off the stream. She might have been on her phone and pushed the wrong button or something. Yeah, about 10. Anyway, I wasn't gonna be going for much longer anyway. It was good having a good chat to different people. I really enjoyed the Sam Hill chat. I've heard the name. I hear Sam Hill's name get mentioned all the time in RDA, and I didn't know who Sam Hill was. I see Sam Hill in different chats, and I didn't know if it was all the same Sam Hill. I didn't know. Anyway, did I get a message back? No. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Jamie. I'm not sure if Jamie... I'll give it a couple of minutes in case she wanted to come back, in case it was an accident, or she might... I don't think she would have just left. She would have said goodbye. She always says goodbye. But, I like to understand, I know that there's some people out there that just don't like my friend Jamie. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about that. I'm not after trying to change anyone's opinion. I have my own, and I like to stay, reasonably friendly with as many people as I can, that want to be nice to me, and I always go by that theory that treat people as they treat you, and people have been nice to me, so there's no reason why I'm not nice to them, regardless of whether they're friends or enemies or whatever of friends of mine. It doesn't really matter. I want to learn what this is all about, and what they say, information is power. So, okay. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't get that. I didn't get. Oh, Okay, sorry. I didn't. Okay, all right, that's cool. Okay, all right. So, thank you for for Sam Hill for coming on tonight. Thank you very much for the information, Sam, that you shared with me tonight and your opinions. That was really good. It was great to talk to someone new, and especially someone that actually comes from back in my time. And thank you for Jeff for popping in saying hello. Jeff's my brother from another mother. And according to him, he's 21 hours direct flight away from me. So I guess I better start saving. And thank you for Jamie for popping in and having a bit of a chat. We'll continue our discussion in Discord or something like that, Jamie. Thank you very much. I've made certain decisions, and I'm grateful for being in your channel. And Jamie made me a mod, and I think I do an okay job. I'm still learning. I probably let a lot of stuff through. There's certain things that I think that should just be let through. I think, critical questions and stuff like that. But I'm gonna move on now, and I'm gonna go and get some work done around here. It's my public holiday today, and I need to go and take care of the front lawns, and I also need to fix my oven that has some sort of faulty element, and I need to put the hard yakka in and the elbow grease to clean the oven at the same time, because it's obviously a little bit difficult for my mum to get down there to do the oven. So I've got to do that, and probably a few other things that I've been lazy about doing as well. So I'm going to jump off now, and I'll end it with that funny little Australian deadliest animal. Did you guys actually see the beginning of my stream? I don't know if you did. All right, guys. So thank you everyone for joining.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible ground snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish. And these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We've got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. Fuck, we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload. a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. There wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons. And there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
Another country. Thanks, guys. Peace out.